Okay, good morning guys. Ah, Ganito yung setup natin no, tuwing meron tayong asynchronous session. So, kagaya nung in-announce nung orientation, yung way or yung means na kung paano natin i-deliver yung lesson is through synchronous and asynchronous. So, this week kasi, ang naka-assign sa atin is yung asynchronous learning. So, pag sinabing asynchronous learning, para makatipid tayo doon sa pagkonsumo ng internet or ng mobile data sa mga video conference app, naisip ko na gumawa ng ganitong klaseng presentation or video presentation. So, para may guide kayo dun sa pagsasagot nyo nung module. So, every other week, ganito yung system na gagamitin natin. Okay? So for our first lesson using this asynchronous session or asynchronous method of distance learning, let's talk about the discipline of counseling. So pag sinabing counseling, 'di ba, if you can still remember, this is one of the branches of applied social sciences. Okay? So ang objectives natin ngayong session na to, we have two objectives. First, we have to discuss the different definitions, scope, goal, core values, and principle of counseling. Then we have to enumerate the different professionals and practitioners of counseling. So, para magbigay linaw, magbigay tayo ng definition muna anong meaning nung salitang counseling. Okay? Kailangan malaman natin yung kanyang pinakasakop. Okay? Kung hanggang saan lang yung field nung tinatawag nating counseling. And then, of course, we have to understand yung different core values na dapat tinataglay nung mga nagpa-practice ng counseling. Okay? For them to be more effective kapag humaharap na sila dun sa client or dun sa patient nila. So, then, yung sa second objectives naman, we have to enumerate kung sino-sino yung mga taong involved, mga professional and practitioners na involved sa process ng counseling. Okay, so dito sa PowerPoint, merong tatlong definition yung salitang counseling. So, isa-isayin natin yung tatlong definition na to. First, ang sabi dito, counseling is a collaborative effort between the counselor and client. Professional counselors help clients identify goals and potential solutions to problems which cause emotional turmoil, seek to improve communication and coping skills, strengthen the self-esteem, and promote behavior change and optimal mental health. So, basically, ang sinasabi nitong definition na to, ang main players or ang main na characters na tinitignan dito sa counseling is yung counselor and the client. So, it is a collaborative effort between the two of them. Pag sinabing collaborative, dapat yung bawat isa, si counselor at saka si client, nagtutulungan sila upang ma-improve yung iba't ibang areas or aspects ng buhay ng client. Okay? Pwede daw makasolve ng emotional turmoil kung meron man, 'di ba? Pwedeng makapag-improve ng communication and coping skills ng client as well as yung uh, promote behavioral change that can leads to optimal mental health ng client. Okay? Another definition, counseling is an art is the subjective as an art is the subjective dimension of counseling. It upholds a flexible and creative process whereby the counselor modifies the approach to meet the developing needs of the client. Okay? So, si counselor, bilang nakapag-train siya dito sa field na ito, kailangan humanap siya ng mga creative ways upang na sa ganun ay makapag-open up sa kanya ng gusto yung client niya. Okay? Kaya nga yung counseling daw ay tinuturing din siyang art. Okay? Kasi si counselor ay humahanap, nag-a-adapt kung ano yung preference nung client niya. Okay? So, next. In practical terms, counseling happens when a person who is distressed asks for help and permit another person to enter into a kind of connection with him or her. It is indicative with formal of someone in search of counseling request for time and attention from person who will listen, who will allow him or her to speak, and who will not condemn and criticize him or her. Okay? So, ang ano natin sa counseling, 'di ba, kapag merong tao na may pangangailangan na suporta emotionally, a person who is distressed, laging nagsisik siya ng tulong or ng advice sa isa pang tao, okay? At yung tao na yon, yung patient at yung taong pinagsabihan niya ng problema nila, kailangan magkaroon ng connection sila sa isa't isa. Okay? So, dito papasok din yung tinatawag nating formal and informal counseling. Pag sinabing formal, yung taong nilapitan ni client or ni patient or yung person who is distressed, okay, is a professional, meaning nakapag-aral, nakapag-training, may license. Okay? Licensed counselor siya. Pag sinabi namang informal, ito yung mga tao na malapit dun sa patient or sa client. Okay? Pwedeng kaibigan, kamag-anak, na nilalapitan niya. Ang point lang nun, dapat kahit man alin doon sa dalawa na yon, kung formal or informal, dapat hindi niya kinokondem or hindi niya kinikriticize yung patient na humihingi sa kanya ng counseling. Okay? So, that is the 3 definitions of counseling na kasama dito sa module nyo at kasama dito sa PowerPoint na binigay ko sa inyo. Now, dito naman po tayo dun sa goals of counseling. Okay? So, every client, katulad nga ng sabi natin kanina sa definition ng counseling, every client ay unique when it comes to their needs sa counseling, 'di ba? Kaya nga ang counseling ay itinuturing na art kasi kailangan humanap ng creative way si counselor para ma-address yung problema ni client. So, yung problema ni clients ay nade-divide yan dito sa mga goals of counseling. Ano ba yung mga pangunahing purpose or pangunahing reason bakit nagsisik ang isang tao ng counseling? Okay? So first, development goals. When we say development goals, it assists in meeting or advancing the client's human growth and development, including social, personal, emotional, cognitive, and physical wellness. Okay? So, pag sinabing development goals, ito yung it pertains to human growth, kung paano na-develop yung tao mula dun sa pagkapanganak niya up to the adulthood, 'di ba? So meron niyang mga stages ng development. So yung counseling nakakatulong siya para ma-sure or ma-make sure na normal yung pag-develop ng tao emotionally. Okay? Hindi lang emotionally, pati cognitive or pati yung kanyang social development. Number 2, preventive goals. It helps the client avoid some undesired outcome. Okay? From the word prevent, ibig sabihin meron kang iniiwasan na mangyari. Okay? Na hindi magandang pangyayari sa future. So nakakatulong din yung counseling sa pag-solve or achieve na itong preventive goals na to. So for example dito, 'di ba, yung tinuturo sa teenage pregnancy. Okay? So para hindi magkaroon ng malaking bilang ng teenage pregnancy sa bansa, yung mga public counselors natin, nagkakaroon sila ng campaign para maiwasan yung ganong situation. So, that is under preventive goals. Number 3 naman, enhancement goals, nakakatulong to enhance special skills and abilities of the client. So, sa enhancement goals, meron ng skill, meron ng talent yung tao or yung client. Ngayon, si counselor, tutulungan niya ngayon para ma-enhance pa yung skills na meron yung client niya. Ito yung example dito, yung mga athletes, 'di ba? Yung mga athletes natin, dumadaan din sila sa counseling para yung skills nila is continuously pa ma-develop. Okay? Number 4, remedial goals, assisting a client to overcome and treat an undesirable development. So sa remedial goals naman, kung hindi nag-effect itong preventive goals ng counseling, di ba? Kung sakaling merong maling nangyari sa client, remedial goals naman, si counselor ay tutulungan si client na ma-overcome, ma-solve yung naging undesirable development dun sa client niya. Okay, so babalikan niya ngayon yung problema at tutulungan niyang ma-resolve yung problem ni client. Okay? Number 5, exploratory goals, examining option, testing of skills, trying new and different activities, etc. So exploratory goals, nakakatulong din siya sa human development kasi through counseling tinutulungan yung client na ma-examine kung ano yung possible options na meron sa iba't ibang aspect ng buhay niya. Okay? Like for example, kayo, since grade 12 na kayo, through counseling, pwede nyo malaman kung ano ba talaga yung match na college course na babagay sa inyo. Baka meron kasing natatago pa kayong skills na pwede nyong magamit o yung hobbies or let's say passion na nakatago pa sa inyo na hindi nyo pa na-discover. So through counseling, pwede kayong matulungan nun na ma-discover yung mga ganong talents or skills. Number 6, reinforcement goals. It helps the client in recognizing that they are doing, thinking, and feeling is fine. So when we say reinforcement, it's ang synonym niya ay yung rewards. Okay? Through counseling, pwede ring mag-seek ng reinforcement yung client na tapos ang sasabihin sa kanya ni counselor ay you're doing a good job. Okay? Ipagpatuloy mo lang kung ano yung ginagawa mo. So, yun ang reinforcement goal. Nagsisik ng reward si client from the counselor. Okay? Number 7, cognitive goals involves acquiring the basic foundation of learning and cognitive skills. When we say cognitive, it pertains to way of absorbing information sa brain ng isang tao. Okay? So, learning. Ang cognitive goals, learning ang ang area ng specialty niyang cognitive goals na yan. So, ibig sabihin, kunyari yung mga estudyanteng hindi pa nakakapagbasa or nakakapagsulat ng maayos. So, under cognitive goals, pwede pang malunasan yan through counseling. Okay? Number 8, physiological goals involves acquiring the basic understanding and habits of good health. So, when it comes to health naman, physical health, okay, taking care of the body, hygiene, yan. Pwede rin mag-seek ng tulong yung counselor dyan sa physiological goals. So, halimbawa rin ng physiological goals yung mga tamang eating. Okay? Kasi 'di ba meron tayo sa psychology, meron tayong mga eating disorders. Okay? So, kung may eating disorder si clients under physiological goals, pwede siyang matulungan ni counselor. Number psychological goals, it aids in developing good social interaction, skills, learning, emotional control, and developing positive self-context o concept pala. Psychological from the word psychology, 'di ba? Nung pinag-aralan natin yung pure or basic branch of social science, when we say psychology, it pertains to human behavior, way of thinking, okay? Yung kung paano nagpa-process yung information sa brain ng tao, that is under psychology. So si counselor, meron din siyang area na tinitignan yung psychological goals nung mga individual or yung client niya. Okay? So that is the goals of counseling. Okay. So ito naman, itong slide naman na to, magpapakita naman siya nung iba't iba pang goals ng counseling na under dun sa mga goals na minention natin kanina. Okay? So ito more on ano na siya, individual goals nung every client na may encounter ni counselor. So ang counseling, nagbibigay siya ng unang-una dito is yung insight. Okay? When we say insight, understanding of the origins and development of emotional difficulties leading to an increased capacity to take rational control over feelings and action. So when we say insight, tinutulungan ng counseling ang client ng maintindihan kung bakit ba niya nararanasan yung mga ganong klaseng feelings or emotions, 'di ba? Bakit niya nagawa yung certain na action na yon. So si counselor ay mas pinapalinaw niya yung sitwasyon para sa client niya by giving insights. Next, tinutulungan din ng counseling yung client in relating with others. So when we say relating with others, becoming better able to form and maintain meaningful and satisfying relationships with other people. For example, within the family or workplace. Okay? So ang counseling nakakatulong siya to build relationship. Okay? Relationship dun sa bawat client. Okay, so ayun nga nabanggit na example, 'di ba? Meron tayong tinatawag na family counselors. Para sa ganun, yung family mas matighten pa nila yung relationship nila sa isa't isa as well as yung sa workplace. Yan naman concern naman diyan is yung mga employees within a specific organization. Okay? Next, self-awareness, becoming more aware of thoughts and feelings that had been blocked off or denied, or developing a more accurate sense of how self is perceived by others. So may mga actions kasi yung isang client na hindi siya aware. Okay? So through counseling, mas mapapaliwanag sa kanya na yung mga actions na yon ay merong effect dun sa mga tao na nakakasalamuha niya. So that is self-awareness, becoming aware to your actions. Next, self-acceptance. It is the development of positive attitude towards self, marked by an ability to acknowledge areas of experience that had been subject of self-criticism and rejection. So from self-acceptance, ibig sabihin, tinatanggap mo kung sino ka, kung ano ka, okay, without having a criticism. Hindi mo kinikriticize yung sarili mo, okay, tinatanggap mo kung ano yung estado mo, tinatanggap mo kung ano yung kung ano ka or kung sino ka. So that is self-acceptance. Tinutulungan din yun ng counseling. Okay? Next, self-actualization, moving in the direction of fulfilling potential or achieving an integration of previously conflicting parts of self. Self-actualization naman, yung direction mo sa buhay, okay, ginaguide ka ng counseling na mag-pursue dun sa mga goals mo, okay, na previously pinagtatalunan mo sa sarili mo, okay? Like for example, yung passion versus career, okay? So sa self-actualization, tinutulungan ng counseling na maging clear sa client kung saan ba talaga siya patungo or kung ano yung dapat na goals na pina-prioritize niya. Okay? So that is self-actualization. Next, we have enlightenment, assisting the client to arrive a higher state of spiritual awakening. Okay? So, kung si client ay merong problema na dinadala na for how many years, di ba? At hindi niya ma-solve or hindi niya malaman yung sagot dun sa tanong na matagal niya nang dinadala, through counseling, gradually, merong o pwedeng makasolve or pwedeng magkaroon ng enlightenment si client para mas maging malinaw yung kanyang tanong sa sarili niya. Okay? Problem solving, finding a solution to a specific problem that the client had not been able to resolve alone. Acquiring a general competence in problem solving. Yan. So, katulad yun dun sa enlightenment. Okay? Kung merong problema na pinagdadaanan si client, si si counselor ay tinutulungan siya to acquire the skills para ma-solve niya yung problema na dinadala niya. Okay? Psychological education and enabling the client to acquire ideas and technique with which to understand and control behavior. Okay? So, katulad nung sa insights kanina, para mas maintindihan ni client bakit ba nangyayari sa kanya to or bakit nakakaranas siya nung ganong emotion, di ba? So, si counselor, nilalapit niya yung mga psychological terms, yung mga kung paano yung mga insights, kung paano nagwo-work yung brain ng tao at kung paano nag-a-adapt yung tao dun sa environment niya emotionally. Okay? Acquisition of social skills, din yun ng counseling, learning, psychological education, mastering social and interpersonal skills such as maintenance of eye contact, turn taking in conversation, assertive and anger control. Okay? So, ang counseling nakakatulong din siya para ma-develop ng mga clients yung kanilang social skills. So, yan, to be specific, naglagay dyan ng example yung sa eye contact at saka kung paano makipag-usap properly sa ibang tao, yung turn taking in conversation. At the same time, okay, paano kinokontrol dapat yung emotion, yung kung nagagalit yung isang tao, nakakatulong yung counseling dun sa anger management or yung sa anger control. Okay? Next, we have cognitive change, the modification or replacements of irrational beliefs or maladaptive thought patterns associated with self-destructive behavior. Cognitive change, yung counseling ay nakakatulong din para ma-alter or ma-modify kung paano ba nagpa-process yung mga information or yung nangyayari sa paligid niya dun sa brain ng client. So, cognitive change yan. Pag sinabing cognitive, again, tungkol yan sa brain. Okay? Sa kung paano pinaprocess nung tao yung information na na-observe niya sa environment niya. Next, generality, inspiring in the person a desire and capacity to care for others and pass on knowledge to contribute to the collective good through political engagement. Okay? So, generality, it pertains to the pagpapalawak dun sa tulong na binibigay ng counseling sa isang tao. Okay? So, kung meron desire, limbawa, yung isang tao to run to a public post or to a public position, okay, sa politics, under siya ng generality kung paano siya nakakatulong pa sa mas maraming tao. Okay? Then, counseling can also help to the systemic change, introducing change into the way in that social systems operate. So, nowadays, napaka-laki rin ng tulong ng counseling kasi kabi-kabilang protesta yung nangyayari sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo, 'di ba? At na naghahangad ng systemic change sa lipunan. So through counseling, pinapaliwanag yan sa tao bakit kailangan na magkaroon ng systemic change para mabago yung pag-process nung tao dun sa kanyang environment na ginagalawan. The next one, empowerment, working on skills, awareness, and knowledge that will enable the client to take control of his or her own life. Okay? So, empowerment, kapag meron ng skills, just like nung na-mention natin dun sa isa sa mga goals ng counseling, kapag may skills na si client, mas dine-develop pa ito, mas ini-improve pa ito, para sa ganon, kapag meron ng magandang skill set yung client niya, mas makokontrol niya na yung sarili niyang buhay. The last one, restitution, helping the client to make amends for previous destructive behavior. So, restitution naman, under niya is yung mga rehabilitation center, yung jail, yung kulungan o yung kulungan, yung sa mga preso. Okay? So, ang counseling tumutulong rin siya para mapagbago yung mga person under restitutional facilities. Okay? So, kung may previous destructive behavior yung client, through counseling, tinutulungan siya magbago.